I fired him. The team came first. So it's been a few years now. I've been with my team. We've established a good relationship. My primary approach as a leader is to leverage the fact that I'm someone who had been on the floor already. I've been there. I've done what they've done. I know what it's like to work the hard days. I know what it's like to want to go home, to not be in the mood. And understanding it meant that I could reason with them, that I could speak to that sort of pain that they're going through and it come off genuine, not like someone just talking at them, but someone actually talking with them. But there's one person that just he wasn't hearing me. He didn't agree with me. He didn't even laugh at my jokes, which, in all honesty, that's a crime in and of itself. Nevertheless, it just wasn't working with him. Another thing that they don't prepare you for, the one person that just will not be on your side, that doesn't agree with you, that's not responding to your leadership style. So here comes the fun part of leadership. Another thing they don't prepare you for: paperwork, documentation, and paper trail. A lot of people think that you can just be fired for any reason. And don't get me wrong, in an at will state like Texas or any other many at will states, sure, legally, any company can fire you in these states. But most companies are not going to just let you go. There's usually a reason for it. And a lot of people will tell you it's political. This manager had it out for me. And that's not to say it's not true, but in so far as my company is concerned that I work with, HR is there to push back. And oh boy, did they push back. And when I say push back, I don't necessarily mean that they are against making those hard decisions, but they are a checks and balance when it comes to middle management. So they're asking questions. They're saying, hey, well, have you had conversations with them? Did you coach them? Where is the write-up for this incident? Why have we not been informed earlier about this? You really have to be on your best behavior when it comes to these type of situations. HR is looking out for the company, and they're looking out for associate interest. So a lot of it was really building the process, noting all conversations had, all coachings, even write-ups when necessary. The tendency people have is to think that at least the old guard believes that if I say someone should be written up and fired, then you should fire them. It's not how things work today. Sorry, Grandpa, but people have some more rights than in the past. So a lot of this was just building to the actual coaching. We would talk. I would try to work with his associate, try to understand where he's coming from. There's several different conversations we had that were very lengthy, where he's explaining his side of the equation and how he sees things, but a lot of it just is not gelling with the goal of the team. It was a lot more what he feels, not the expectations of our business and production. He just wasn't hearing it. And so despite the numerous difficult conversations about accountability and if you need help, please feel free to reach out, this particular associate just was not really hearing that. So this leads to one of our final conversations where I explain where he is on the corrective action process. And it's in that conversation, he decides to inform me that, well, he has a younger child that was just born, an infant. And this is where a lot of the real tension and deliberation as a leader comes to play. Sure, the writing's on the wall. This person isn't hearing anything. He's not listening. His production's not any good. Just fire him. But he just had a baby. In lead up conversations, he got emotional about the fact that he's going through things. And even if you think he may be lying, you have to be fairly heartless to not at least a little bit feel like, hey man, I'll work with you, but you gotta do your part. That was the thing. He wasn't. He wasn't doing his part. So where we ended up was his termination. On a sunny afternoon, ironically, myself and our HR representative calls and lets him know that he is no longer employed at our company. And when I look back at it, do I think it was the right thing to do? Sure. But in those little moments where I was a little doubtful, especially thinking about the fact that this man just had a child, one of the things that stuck with me was the fact that I can't burn 10 people to save one. Team cohesion is probably one of the most important things as a leader that you need to protect. If the team can't work together, especially in an environment like ours, where we are a lot more team based in our production, then the team will fail if they can't get along, if they can't be professional. More importantly, if someone starts to believe they're bigger than the team, it disrupts the culture, it disrupts a high performing team, it disrupts everything. So I fired him. The team came first.